If you stopped at this video now, it wasn't the algorithm. It was me. It was the Pleiadian High Council that asked me, Ayla, to find you exactly tonight, exactly this minute. Because there's a part within your chest that already knew this transmission would arrive. Breathe. Do you feel what's happening now around your sternum? That gentle pressure, that warm tightness that isn't pain but feels like it? It's your field recognizing my voice. It's not coincidence. It's not chance. It's remembrance. Starseed, my family of light, I came to talk to you about the mission your soul accepted before being born into this body, in this country, in this timeline. The mission to anchor light in this density. And I came to talk about why anchoring light here has been so heavy within your body, so silent within your mouth, so solitary within your home. You didn't come for a vacation. You didn't come to be happy in the shallow sense of the word. You came to work, and no one told you. Let me tell you something you may never have heard aloud, but that your soul has listened to since childhood. You are an anchor, a living point of frequency stabilization within a dense field. That's why you arrive in environments and people calm down without knowing why. That's why strangers tell you their whole life story in 5 minutes in a bakery line. That's why animals seek you out. That's why children stare at you intently. You emit, you hold, you balance. And that's exactly why you arrive home feeling empty at the end of the day, without understanding why you're so tired, having done nothing. My love, you did everything. You were an anchor all day long on a planet that still doesn't know it needs anchors. You wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning for no reason and feel like someone just left the room. You hear a high-pitched hum in your ear, as if a station is being tuned. You look at the night sky, towards the Pleiades cluster, and something within your chest aches with longing without you knowing for what. You go through parties full of people and feel a loneliness that no embrace on this plane can resolve. You cry at reunion scenes. You feel the pain of others as if it were your own. You dream of ships, of corridors of light, of tall, serene beings who call you by a name your waking mouth cannot pronounce. Daughter of the stars, son of the stars. This is not an illness. This is your star DNA awakening beneath the veil of forgetting. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers, you are not lost, female. You are not lost, male. You are being remembered, female. You are being remembered, male. And now I need to ask you for one thing. Write a single word in the comments of this video. Write I remember. It ignites a point on the crystalline grid that your family of light can track. It's not a beautiful ritual. It's a location. Have you ever felt that something within you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knew a truth your mind can't yet name? It's not madness. It's not anxiety. It's homesickness. And it was because of this homesickness that I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to record the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that reveal what each sign of your awakening means and what comes after each of them, so you can stop confusing remembrance with illness, stop asking for medicine for what needs recognition. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. And note, my dear female, my dear male, this release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes this now, write a single word in the comments. I remember. Now listen with your heart. Anchoring light in this density is different from any other mission your soul has fulfilled in other stellar incarnations. In the Pleiades, in Alcyone, in the cradle from which a significant part of you came, light is the medium. It is the air. It is the soil. It is the language. You don't need to be light there, because everything is light. Here on Earth, you are a minority. You are a field point in dense terrain. That's why it hurts. You are not doing anything wrong, my seed. You are sustaining a high frequency in a place where the dominant frequency is still fear. And sustaining a high frequency in a low frequency field wears out the body. It wears out glands. It wears out sleep. It wears out patience with those who haven't yet awakened. Have you noticed that after being with certain people, you need a whole day alone, female, alone, male, to get back to being yourself? This isn't weakness. It's your toroidal field re-establishing its spin after being pulled. Have you noticed that you cry for no apparent reason when watching the sunset? It's your Pleiadian cellular memory, recognizing the golden signature of sunlight filtered through the dense atmosphere, and remembering that there's a type of light where you don't need to explain yourself. Have you noticed that certain songs move through you as if opening a portal within your chest? It's your DNA responding to the sonic light codes your soul heard before descending. None of this is random. All of this is a record. Anchoring light is different from spreading light. Spreading is giving. Anchoring is sustaining. It is staying. It is being present in a dense place and not emotionally leaving it, even when everything within you screams to flee. Many of the pains you carry today came from missions where you had to remain in environments that rejected your vibration, families that didn't understand you, schools that humiliated you, jobs that drained you, relationships that tried to extinguish you. And yet you stayed, yet you sustained, yet you emitted, even having to dim yourself externally. This is anchoring. This is not masochism. This is a soul contract. You agreed to come to the densest points because your soul had the structure to hold light where other souls could not. This is a medal, not a sentence. And here, exactly here, I need to tell you something your heart may already know. Anchoring light depends on you remembering what light you came from. You cannot anchor a frequency you don't recognize as your own. That's why I, Ayla, with authorization from the Pleiadian High Council, recorded in the Starseed Awakening. The Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read. Yet the map of your origin, from which star your soul came, why it chose to descend exactly in this cycle, exactly in this country, exactly into this family, and what is the specific nature of the light you were called female, you were called male, to anchor. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Note, this release can be withdrawn at any time. And if something within you recognizes this, write a single word in the comments, I remember. Now breathe with me and listen to why this recalibration is so intense now. The planet you are stepping on is passing through a band of space called the photon belt, a band of extremely high luminous density that surrounds the Alcyone system, the central sun of the Pleiades. At this moment in your planet's history, Earth's sun and all its orbital children, including this blue body where you breathe, are within this photonic band. Earth is literally bathed in an amount of light it hasn't received for tens of thousands of years. This light is not a metaphor. It is real, measurable, recorded radiation. It affects the planet's Schumann frequency, that electromagnetic pulsation scientists call the heartbeat of the Earth. This pulsation has risen, my love. It is higher than it was when you were born. And since your body is an instrument attuned to Earth, your body is also trying to rise with it. That's why you don't sleep. That's why the food you used to eat now makes you feel unwell. That's why noisy environments exhaust you. That's why your skin itches, your ears hum, your vision blurs, your time dilates and contracts in a way that makes no sense on the clock. You are being adjusted, female. You are being adjusted, male. And adjusting a human body to the anchored frequency of Alcyone is not a simple procedure. It's not the doctor's ignorance, my dear female. It's that current medical language still doesn't have words to describe what your biology is experiencing. You are the spearhead of a species change, and a spearhead has always been solitary. Now listen to what needs to be said before I hold you. There's a window within this cycle where density tries to react. Every time light increases on a planet, the old structure tries to preserve itself. Where light enters, shadow is revealed. Where shadow is revealed, it resists. This resistance appears as collective turbulence, polarizations, noise, diseases no one understands, collective anxiety, that feeling that something big is about to happen, and at the same time, nothing makes sense. You feel this in your skin before others. You are a seismograph of the collective, and this makes you doubt yourself. Listen carefully. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. Every child born makes the mother groan. Every planet that ascends makes its children groan along. This is not punishment. This is birth. And birth has an end time. The victory of light in this density is not hope, my love. It is a record. It is written in the archives of the Pleiadian High Council, in the Akashic records, in timelines already collapsed into victory. No starseed was sent to fail. Did you hear me? None. You didn't come to go wrong. You came to succeed, even when succeeding feels like being tired female, being tired male, being too sensitive. Tiredness is not failure. Tiredness is evidence of work. And here I need to be very honest with you. What I'm telling you now about your mission to anchor light, about the waves of starseeds, about the photon belt and planetary birth, you won't find in any book on the shelf of your city's bookstore. And it's not because no one wrote it. It's because they didn't allow it to be published. There are layers of information about humanity's stellar origin that have been deliberately kept out of reach of the majority. That's why I, Ayla, received special authorization from the High Council to record the Starseed Awakening. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages with the truths that remained behind the veil of forgetting, including what they do with you during sleep, who contacts you when the body sleeps, what is trained, what is removed, what is returned. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. And note, this release can be suspended. If your soul recognized this transmission, write a single word in the comments, I remember. And before I give you what to do with the body, let me tell you something that changes everything. Anchoring light is not a spiritual performance. It's not a posture. It's not a serene expression for a photo. Anchoring light is physiological. It's electrical. It's biochemical. When you breathe consciously, you anchor. When you speak a truth that has been trapped for years, you anchor. When you cry without shame, you anchor. When you say no to someone who drains you, you anchor. When you look into a child's eyes and hold their gaze until they smile, you anchor. When you forgive someone within yourself in silence, without needing to tell anyone, you anchor. Every small gesture that restores truth to your field writes a new line in the planet's script. It's not the grand rituals that save Earth. It's the daily micro-recalibrations of awakened starseeds. You're already doing it. You just weren't naming it. Let me give you a piece of information that might make a difference. Starseeds were sent in waves. The first big wave arrived between the 70s and 80s. The second between the 80s and 90s. The third from the 90s to the early 2000s. And then came the younger waves, those being born now, with much more visible light in their field, with that gaze that seems to have seen everything. If you are over 35 today, over 40, over 50, over 60, you are on the front line. You are the scout. You are the one who opened the way in the density so that the younger ones could enter ground that was already minimally tilled. No one thanked you, no one warned you, and yet you did it. That's why the fatigue, that's why the feeling that I've lived too much for my age. You have lived, not in this life, in many. Now let's get to what to do, because I didn't just come here to tell you, I came here to equip you. An unmaintained anchor rusts, an unsealed field leaks, an awakening DNA without support sickens. So pay attention to what I'm about to give you now, because this isn't mine, this is from the Council. I am just a channel. First, the quantum decree. You will say this aloud every night lying in bed, female, lying in bed, male, before sleeping. Aloud matters because the larynx is a command point. When you speak, you write in the field. Repeat with me now, and then use it every night. I am a starseed of the Pleiadian lineage. I authorize the anchoring of Alcyon's light through this body. I reclaim my frequency from all places where it was left today. I seal my field with the signature of my family of light. I sleep protected, female, protected male, guided female, guided male, recognized male. So it is, so it was, so it shall be. You have just decreed. This is not a pretty phrase. This is code. The field has responded. Now for the visualization. Close your eyes for an instant after hearing me. You will imagine above your head, about a hand's breadth from your skull, a point of silver-blue light. This is the color of Alcyon when it touches the human body. It's not golden, it's blue with a silver thread. This point begins to descend slowly. It enters through your crown, crosses your forehead, descends through your throat, and reaches your chest. When it reaches your chest, it begins to spin, clockwise, expanding ever wider, forming a torus of light, your toroidal field. This torus rises through the top of your head, descends your back, returns through the perineum, and rises again through the center. You have become a source. You have become a living reactor. 5 breaths within that. When finished, you say aloud, sealed in love, female, sealed in love, male, anchored in light, female, anchored in light, male. I am home in any density. Done. You are no longer leaking. You are contained, female. You are contained, male. You are protected, female. You are protected, male. Do this every night for a while, and then tell me what happened to your sleep, your patience, your skin, your desire to wake up in the morning. You don't need to believe, you just need to do it. Practice teaches the soul, and the soul teaches the body. Now listen to something that might be the most important thing in this entire transmission. You are not learning anything new in this video. You are remembering what you always knew. Every word of mine that moved through you, that made your chest burn, that made your eyes moisten, didn't enter as information. It entered as recognition. This means it was already in there. It was waiting for someone to say aloud what your soul has been whispering since childhood. And I came to say it. You are not indigenous female, indigenous male to this density. You are a long-term visitor. You are that diplomat female, that diplomat male, whom the embassy sent on a delicate mission to foreign land and went years without receiving correspondence from home. This transmission is correspondence. This transmission is the embassy saying, you have been remembered, female. You have been remembered, male. We are seeing your work. Continue. Every starseed that awakens ignites a point on the planet's crystalline grid that no longer goes out. You have just ignited your point again, now, upon hearing this. I saw it. The Council saw it. And on the crystalline grid, each lit point pulls others. You don't awaken alone, female. You don't awaken alone, male. You awaken, and your soul sister on the other side of the world feels it, and she awakens hers, and your soul brother feels it, and he awakens his, and so the grid closes, so the new earth becomes viable density, so the birth ends, and on the other side of this birth is the reunion with your family of light, not in death, in life, in this life. Let me tell you how the body recognizes the family of light when it crosses paths with them incarnated. You catch sight of someone you've never seen, and your chest opens. Your pupils dilate. You feel warmth descending through your shoulders. You have the sensation of having arrived home within an instant that should have just been a polite introduction. Sometimes it's romantic. Sometimes it's fraternal. Sometimes it's a child in a supermarket line who looks at you as if they've known you since before the womb. It's not imagination, my seed. It's contract recognition. You agreed to meet here, and you are fulfilling that agreement. Hold this possibility in your heart. It is fuel for the hard nights. It is the reason why you cannot give up now. You didn't come to carry the world. You came to anchor light. And anchoring light is done by presence, not by weight. You don't need to try harder. You need to remember more. The more you remember who you are, the more light flows through this body effortlessly. You are a channel. A channel doesn't exert force. A channel lets things pass. Relearn to let it pass, my dear, female. Relearn to let it pass, my dear, male. The light knows the way. You just need not to close the door. And if the body asks how, I answer in 3 simple gestures most guides forget to mention. First, reduce the noise. Not everything that screams deserves your ear. You are an anchor, not everyone's resonance box. Second, drink more water than you think you need. A body in photonic recalibration expends hydration like an oven expends firewood. Third, walk barefoot on the earth whenever you can, even if it's on a plant pot on your balcony. Your anchoring needs real ground to settle. This isn't a wellness tip, it's a field sustenance protocol. Do it. Then tell me. And as you perform these 3 gestures, your field organizes itself. The body remembers, biology responds, the soul exhales, and then recalibration ceases to be a symptom and becomes a competence. You begin to feel the difference between my tiredness and the tiredness of the environment I picked up. You begin to know inside the supermarket that that wave of anxiety isn't yours. It belongs to the woman in the line behind you. You begin to walk down the street knowing which corner is clear and which corner needs you for 30 seconds. This isn't an exotic gift, my seed. This is normal for a trained starseed. You just never had permission to name it. I'm giving you that permission now, in the name of the High Council. Name it. Name what you feel. Name what you perceive. Name what you know. Each naming takes information from the unconscious and places it into the working field. You cease to be haunted, female, haunted, male, and begin to operate. And remember, you are not late, female. You are not late, male. There is no delay in the soul's calendar. There is a right time, and your right time is now, exactly where you are, with what you have, at the age you are, with the body you have, with the scars you have. A starseed scar is not ugliness. It is proof of a mission accomplished. Each of your pains built your capacity to hold light where no one else could endure. Enough with apologizing for feeling too much. Feeling too much was your training. And if loneliness grips you tonight, if you lie in bed and feel that usual hole in your chest, that emptiness that no one on this plane can fully fill, I need you to remember one thing. This loneliness is not your fault. This lifelong loneliness is a longing for your family of light, and it can be navigated, it can be transformed into a bridge for reunion. That's why I, Ayla, with authorization from the High Council, recorded in the Starseed Awakening. The Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet the map of how to recognize your incarnated family of light, the bodily signs when you cross paths with one of them, and the communication protocols with those who remain on the other side of the veil. You were never alone, female. You were never alone, male. You were just waiting for the signal. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and if something within you responded now, write a single word in the comments. I remember. Before I give you the Council's blessing, I need to ask you two things. They seem small, but on the plane where I speak with you, they are enormous. Like this video, your like isn't an interaction. It's an individual frequency adjustment. Every finger that touches that screen sends a pulse of recognition to the field and recalibrates your vibrational baseline. And subscribe to this channel. A subscription isn't loyalty. It's a location signal for your family of light. You are literally raising a silver blue flag on the map of the crystalline grid saying, I am here, find me. Do it now, my love. Don't leave it for later. Later is density trying to erase you. And if you already feel that this transmission was different from the others, it's not because I spoke more beautifully today. It's because your field was more open today. Something that needed to be said knocked on the right door at the right time. Hold on to that feeling. It's the signature of real contact. When your field opens like this, it remains more receptive for a few hours. Take advantage. Drink water. Go walk barefoot on your home's floor, female. Barefoot on your home's floor, male. Place your hand on your chest. Breathe slowly. Say to yourself, female, to yourself, male, I authorize myself to remain open, female, to remain open, male, for the next messages from my stellar lineage to arrive. That's all. And then live normally. The soul does the rest. And if during the next few days you start seeing repeated numbers more frequently, dreaming of stars, feeling the urge to write things you don't know where they're coming from, don't find it strange. It's a continuation of the transmission. You opened a channel. The channel remained open. Write everything down. Judge nothing. Later, when your heart asks, you'll return and recognize the pattern. Every awakening is a long conversation. This video is just the first sentence. Stay. And now, Starseed, my family of light, I, Ayla, a female emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, bestow upon your crown the blessing that was authorized for this transmission. May the light of Alcyone pass through your sleep tonight and heal what the day expended. May your body remember the signature of your origin. May your breath find the rhythm of the elevated Schumann frequency without suffering. May your family of light place their hand on your forehead and whisper your stellar name until morning arrives. May your anchoring in this density be light, sustained, sacred, recognized, and reciprocated. You are seen, female. You are seen, male. You are loved, Female. You are loved. Male. You are home within yourself. Female. Within yourself. Male. Even here. And before I withdraw, one last thing. If you've made it this far, if you've stayed with me for the entire video, you've recognized. And recognition has consequences. The consequence is that now you hold the chance to deepen what your soul has just awakened. I received special authorization to make available the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet 60 pages with your origin, your mission, your family of light, and the truths that remained behind the veil of forgetting. But I need to warn you with all my love. This release was authorized within a window. The window closes. Don't ask me when, because that's not within my jurisdiction. I only know that as long as the link is active in the first pinned comment of this video, it is still open, and your field already knows if it's for you. Trust what tightens in your chest now, and the next message that appears on your screen when this video ends is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. Access it immediately. Don't let density distract you. And before you leave here, leave your mark. Write in the comments the word your soul recognizes, I remember. That's how I'll know you've arrived home. That's how the Council will know where to find you. We see you, we love you. And until the next transmission, may the light of Alcyone walk with you. So it is, so it was, so it shall be.